Hi, awesome ones. Well, now is the season for get-togethers and parties and seeing people that we may have not seen in years. But if you're worried about your weight, please don't crash diet. Take it from a former model. That kind of stuff is really damaging for your health. In today's video, I'm going to have 7 tips for you, and they're ways to look slimmer, maybe even 10 pounds slimmer instantly. Now, I really want you to know that this is not in any way a body shaming video. I just want to help, and I want you to kind of relax and enjoy this season, and I know that these tips are going to help. All right, so let's start with tip number 1. I call this tip, ditch the trends that don't serve you. As you know, cargo pants are trending, and I showed them in a recent video. Now, this is obviously the wrong way to wear them, and I wouldn't wear them this way, but I think this is a style that many women should just pass on. I just put on my NYDJ Sherry Slim jeans, and they're comfy, stretchy, and the dark wash helps me to look much slimmer. Any top with a vertical stripe like this one also helps you to look slimmer. I added an ankle boot with a heel, but that's not necessary if you can't wear them. Just make sure it's not a white sneaker. You need a darker shoe here. And speaking about trends, the cuffed up jeans and those new pants that are just above the ankles, they're really trending now. But if you're shorter, I really think that this is a look that you can really just pass on. Let me just show you what I mean. Here I have a popular look, and I know that I've showed this to you many times before, but remember, I'm about 5'9", and if you're looking to give yourself a slimmer look, how about leaving the pants longer or even go for a flare pant as I have here? Make sure that the shoes are hidden, and that way you'll look taller and leaner. And as usual, I'll have many of the outfits that I'm modeling underneath the video description and also in the comments. And don't forget, you can go to amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50 if you're looking for something special, like maybe something like an evening dress or special shoes or any kind of outfit that you want to put together for the season. All right, so next we're on tip number 3. And I know a lot of you, in the past, me included too, bought clothes and tops that were really too big for you. They were oversized, but you felt to yourself, you know what, this is really going to hide my weight. But it didn't. It just made you look heavier. So I'm going to show you how you can use an elastic band or these little gadgets called cinch-its to help you look slimmer. All right, so here I have an oversized top, which just looks huge on me. But if I'm using the elastic band, all I have to do is just go underneath the buttons here. And I'm going to show how I'm going to be modeling this in just a minute. But I just get a little bit of material like this, and then I put the elastic band around and around and around. And what that's going to do is it's just going to cinch in the material. You can't really tell here, but I'm going to show it to you in the modeling. Now, I'm just going to show this here with the cinch-it, because what you do with the cinch-it is you put the material through. It's so much quicker, and I just have these at the ready anytime I'm looking at my outfits and going, yeah, I can kind of cinch that in a little bit. But you can see by this picture, how it really brings in the waist. So anyway, a picture's worth 1,000 words, but a video's even better, so let's take a look. Now here I have the before top that I thought would look great with leggings, but it's so big, it actually adds 10 pounds. Now, here's a look after the cinch-it, and notice the ruching and how I look slimmer because I have a little bit of shape. You can also use the cinch-its on, or the elastic bands, of course, on the side or at the back of a top, and it also works great on dresses. And if you like videos like this made by a woman who's certainly not a size 0, there's a button down there and I'd love for you to subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell. And also, are you receiving my newsletter? It's kind of old-fashioned and I put it out about once a month. All you have to do is go to awesomeover50.com/newsletter. All right, next let's talk about invisible belts. What? Well, these are belts that don't have a buckle and they're really great for helping you kind of look in shape. Also, they are very, very adjustable. So let's take a look. For tip number 4, here I have a sweater that's really popular to wear in this season, but as it goes over my tummy, you can see every bump and bulge. But here, I have put on one of those invisible belts underneath and I rolled the sweater over. I'm wearing my Lee jeans with the big waistband, and this helps create a slimmer shape. Also, notice for a few bonus tips how unzipping the neckline brings the eye down and it doesn't make me look like I've got a floating head. And the pushed up sleeves give me a trendier and more fashionable look. Next, let's talk about shoes for tip number 5. And if you're a woman living in a warmer climate, you're probably still wearing your bare legs. And also, a lot of times when we go to a party, you know, in the holiday season, we have the bare legs as well. And what I like to do is I like to wear a skin tone. This is really a good skin tone for me, a skin tone shoe. And this is a pump that I love to wear. What it does is, if you have the bare legs, the eye is brought all the way down and it's not stopping like if you have a pair of black pumps on. The eye is going to stop at the black pumps and your legs are going to look shorter. It's just kind of an optical illusion. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you is I've got lots of these styles because, hey, we don't want to wear high heels all the time. So I've got a very similar one in a wedgie kind of shoe. I've got this fabulous, comfortable flat. And of course, the sandal. Now for tip number 6, let's do a very simple tuck that will help you to look slimmer. Now I'm going to show you this on a metallic camisole, but it can work for almost any top. So as you know, silvers and golds are really trending now. But if they are just hugging your belly, they can actually kind of shine and accentuate any weight you have there. I like to tuck the sides in and create a ruching look, and this way I'm kind of hiding my tummy and it helps me to look thinner. For my next tip, it's all about your mindset. I know if you're from my generation, you're always thinking, oh my gosh, I have to look thinner. But you know, if you've done your styling, just love yourself. And if you're saying to yourself, oh no, you know, I'm going to this party and people are really going to notice my weight, just let that go, because you know what? A lot of people probably gained just as much weight as you did, maybe even more over the past few years. Have you noticed that curves are actually trending these days? Now, I'm really going to suggest that you eat right and you exercise, but if you've done that and you've done a little styling tips, just relax. We really need to live our lives and not feel that all eyes are upon us and checking out our weight, because that's really in your mind. Most of the time, the people are just there to talk to the real you, and because they know that you're a wonderful person. And what I'm going to say here is just go out and relax. You know, time is short, and so is the holiday season. So say yes to those invitations and keep it awesome.